Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're looking into something pretty significant, a really unexpected turn in global trade policy.
Yeah, it's a situation that could, well, genuinely reshape how we view international relations, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Our focus, it's former U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement. He's keeping those steep 25% tariffs on Indian imports.
But that's not the whole story, is it? There's this surprising twist.
Exactly. A hint of relief measures, potentially, for Pakistan.
A real contrast.
Right. So for this deep dive, we've been looking at a key article. It's titled, Trump's Tariff Twist, India Penalized, Pakistan Appeased.
And we've also got official reactions, some expert commentary mixed in.
Yeah, so our mission today really is to unpack the why now behind this sort of dual policy.
And the reactions, too, pretty strong ones from New Delhi and Islamabad.
Definitely. And then there are the potential ripple effects globally. People are already calling it a geopolitical chess match.
It has that feel. Let's try and break it down.
Okay, so let's start with the declaration about India. Trump was, well, pretty blunt.
He didn't mince words.
No, he said, India has taken advantage of America's generosity for far too long. That's quite an opening shot.
Sets a very specific tone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very confrontational.
And he gave his reasons. A massive trade deficit, he claimed.
Right. And he pointed to an influx of certain goods.
Yeah. Indian steel, pharmaceuticals, IT services. He said they were undermining American industries.
So the direct consequence.
India faces this steep 25% tariff on a whole range of imports, really.
Things like auto parts, manufactured goods.
Exactly. It makes Indian goods significantly more expensive for American buyers. Less competitive.
And it's not new, is it? It kind of mirrors tariffs from his previous term.
Precisely. But here's where it gets, well, fascinating. Like you said, the contrast.
The Pakistan angle.
While India gets penalized, Pakistan seems to be getting an olive branch.
Yeah, the information suggests Trump's team is actually actively looking at ways to cut tariffs for Pakistan.
On specific things.
Seems so. Pakistani textile exports, surgical tools, even agricultural products. They're exploring reducing or maybe even removing tariffs there.
Wow. Okay, so how are analysts reading that immediate move?
Well, the consensus seems to be it's a pretty clear signal.
A signal that the U.S. wants to, what, re-engage with Islamabad?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As a strategic partner in the region again, which, marks a significant shift from how things have been more recently.
Okay, so that really is the core of it, isn't it? This sharp difference, penalize India, appease Pakistan.
It immediately makes you ask?
Why now? Yeah. What's the strategy behind hitting one major partner while giving incentives to another, seemingly at the exact same time?
Well, there are a couple of main interpretations emerging from experts.
Okay, what's the first one?
One idea is that this fits into maybe a broader U.S. strategy to counter China's growing influence.
Interesting. How does Pakistan fit into that China picture?
Well, you've got the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, that huge infrastructure project.
Right, the one linking China to the Arabian Sea through Pakistan. It's massive.
Exactly. So the thinking is Washington might be trying to, lure Pakistan back into its diplomatic orbit.
And by offering trade incentives as the bait.
Potentially. It looks like a strategic play for influence in that region.
But hold on, doesn't that risk pushing India away? India is also seen as, a key partner in balancing China.
That's the huge question mark, isn't it? Is Washington really willing to make that trade-off? Is it even a sustainable long-term approach?
It seems like a gamble.
It really highlights how domestic politics can drive these huge international trade decisions.
Turning foreign policy into campaign tools.
It can look that way. Some definitely believe this is maybe primarily part of Trump's 2024 campaign strategy.
How so?
Well, it lets him look tough on India, which might appeal to certain voters, while also presenting himself as this global negotiator, making deals even with Pakistan.
Trying to appeal to different groups at the same time?
Possibly. It's a real balancing act, isn't it, between perceived domestic political wins and long-term foreign policy goals.
Okay, let's talk about the fallout. The reactions. Reports say it's been immediate and sharp.
Especially from India.
Yes, India's reaction sounds very clear. Senior officials there have voiced serious concern.
What language are they using?
They're calling the tariffs unilateral, politically motivated, and crucially damaging to economic cooperation.
Strong words. Unilateral, politically motivated, damaging. That's pretty direct.
And it's not just government officials, right?
No, apparently not.
We're seeing some prominent voices in Indian media pushing for retaliation.
Retaliatory tariffs.
Yeah, suggesting maybe hitting U.S. goods with import restrictions, things like American wheat, dairy products.
Even high-tech machinery.
Potentially. If that happens, you can imagine the ripple effect. It could reshape trade flows and, hit U.S. producers hard too.
A tit-for-tat scenario. Now, how does Pakistan's response compare?
Much different. Reports say they've cautiously welcomed this development.
Cautiously welcomed. Interesting phrasing.
Yeah, and Pakistan's commerce minister actually called it a potential reset in their economic relationship with the U.S.
A potential reset. That speaks volumes about how they see this opportunity.
And what about the public? What's the vibe on the ground, or at least online?
Well, as you'd expect, social media in both countries is buzzing. Lots of mixed reactions.
What kind of things are people saying?
You're seeing Indian users, well, slamming what they see as Trump's hypocrisy. That's a common theme.
Okay. And in Pakistan?
Pakistani commentators seem to be framing it as maybe a small win, but a welcome one nonetheless, a small victory.
It's quite revealing, isn't it, seeing that real-time public pulse?
Definitely. But beyond the immediate reactions, we need to think about the wider business impact.
Right, the global picture.
This could mean significant turbulence for exporters, logistics companies, retailers, not just in India or Pakistan, but worldwide.
They're already having to adjust.
Yeah, reports say they're already recalibrating trade plans because of the uncertainty. It shows the immediate practical effects on supply chains.
And if you connect this to the bigger economic picture, what are the potential financial stakes?
They could be substantial. If this U.S. India trade dispute escalates.
More tariffs, perhaps?
Could be. It could impact billions, literally billions, in two-way trade.
Billions. Wow. And that could affect consumers, too.
Absolutely. Think about everyday products. Prices for things like smartphones, generic drugs.
Right.
They could be affected.
So a political decision potentially hitting people's wallets everywhere.
That's often how it works, isn't it? It shows how interconnected everything is.
Okay, so let's circle back to where we started. This idea of a geopolitical chess match.
Mm-hmm.
What we've just gone through, it really feels like it's more than just tariffs, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's this complex mix of economics, diplomacy, strategic positioning.
All playing out on the global stage. Every move seems designed to gain some kind of advantage in a much bigger game.
Which brings us to a final thought, really. Something for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay, what should we be thinking about?
Well, what might these policies, which seem contradictory, right? Hitting India, helping Pakistan, what might they signal about the future?
The future of alliances, you mean?
Economic ties.
Exactly. Especially in this rapidly shifting global landscape, with major players like China and India right in the middle of it all.
So the question is, how could this redefine those traditional partnerships?
And what could the impact be on global stability in the coming years? It's a lot to mull over.
Yes, thanks for watching. Stay updated with Global Scope 360. Thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon.